Okay guys, we're about to start my most ambitious project ever on the channel, and I mean ambitious, I mean really ambitious. We're in Canada right now, it's freezing. There's much colder places in the world. That's a hint. You guys, it's so cold here. Now, Damon started this channel over 10 years ago with one simple goal: drive a supercar every day in conditions most wouldn't. And we've done that. We've been to over 22 countries, hundreds of thousands of miles, experienced a lot, but we've never experienced this. I'm not joking right now, it's literally 2 degrees below freezing. I'm wearing a hoodie and it's absolutely freezing. But where we're going is actually a lot more cold, like 30 degrees colder than this. If you stay to the end of the video, I'll explain to you when this car's done where it's going, because it's going somewhere that a supercar has never gone before. It might be a really bad idea, but we're doing it because it's time to step things up. So in the meantime, we have to go to August Motor Cars. I need to buy the car. It needs to be all-wheel drive. It needs to be a supercar. I have to chat about what we're doing to it. I've already talked to a few manufacturers. I've been working on this now for literally months. I have rally wheels lined up with beadlocks. I have a lift kit worked out for all 3 options of these cars. And there's more and more and more to it. So stick around, let's get all the details. I'm pumped. I'm also really cold, so just give me a second to warm up. I'm not built for Canada anymore. Oh, but I hear it now. Dave, you have the Bentley build. You don't follow through with anything. You're right. Huge update on the Bentley and the fact that I found a race team that has a whole spares kit. Basically every part I need used. They want to sell for a discount. So right now I'm working with the company to figure out what they have, what I need, and then I'll buy that kit and have it installed. The challenge is it'll take all winter. So in the meantime, yeah, we're doing a winter build. August Luxury Motor Cars, where car shopping is easier than you think. 3510 Spectrum Corp. You guys, right now there's a huge change in the market of vehicles, and it's actually not to my advantage right now. With the US dollar going very strong, obviously the election happened, people are getting confident in the economy, Bitcoin's going crazy, car prices, they're going up. Oh, look at this, it's a DDE truck and trailer, there we go. What's in there right now? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? You actually already know. Jason's Aston Martin, which is at Velocity, and then Mia's Porsche is also here, getting some cool mods, be in a later video. But then as soon as those cars are done, back in the trailer, back to LA for the crazy happen. Mia has her whole wrap planned and a few more mods. Jason has a full aero kit that'll happening over the holidays. Lots to come. But in the meantime, let's go find Mike, that son of a billionaire, and go car shopping.
Guys, the holidays are here. There's a ton to be excited about. What if I told you not only would you get a free legendary, but also 2 strong epic heroes using my link below. Not only that, but you can also win a $5,000 Xmas shopping spree, a gaming console, or a smartphone. I repeat, that's a $5,000 Xmas shopping spree gift card. And if that's not enough, they're also giving away a ton of $100 Amazon gift cards, as well as a ton of in-game prizes. So you might be asking yourself, how do I win that? Well, simple. Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is celebrating Christmas in Teleria with a special mini game. Simply download Raid with the link in my description, or go to xmas.raidrpg.com. Then enter your Raid ID and play the game to win. Raid's celebrating the arrival of Christmas with a special mini game event starting from December 5th to January 15th. Players will need to save Santa by shooting the boss with snowballs. Simply download Raid using the link in the description or the QR code. Then head to xmas.raidrpg.com. Enter your Raid ID and start throwing snowballs. Once completed, you can win real-life prizes such as the $5,000 Xmas shopping spree of your dreams, a gaming console, a smartphone, the $100 Amazon gift cards, or in-game loot like the legendary champions or skill tomes. Raid is always changing it up by adding new characters and adding new minigames. They always keep it fresh and fun to play. Raid has AAA graphics and is cross-platform, which means you can play with your friends on PC or mobile. Let me tell you about one of the new winter-themed champions that's really awesome. Gishnak Verminlord. He is a really strong attack champion from the Skinwalkers faction. A true bomb debuff specialist. He excels at taking down enemies with debuffs. If you haven't started playing yet, what are you waiting for? Scan my QR code or click the link in the description to get insane bonuses only via my link. You will immediately get a huge starter pack with epic champion Yugo. And you'll get another starter pack after reaching level 15 that includes an epic Fane. Many consider her a better champion than most legendaries. These 2 champions will become available after downloading via my link or QR code only. After downloading using my link, use promo code Monkey King. Get a legendary champion Sung Wukong for free. This promo code is only available till January 7th, so be fast! If you previously played Raid on your mobile device but stopped or deleted the game, they have a special separate welcome back link in the description just for you. This grants returning players a bonus package featuring the epic champion Tagore. Come find me under the name Drift Champ Mike or join my clan Daily Driven Exotics.
Oh, the familiar front door of August Motor Cars. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here to buy a car. Anybody? You guys don't sell cars, do you? By the way, hey, my battery is at 4%, so I've been walking around with my charger. Do you have a Sony battery I can use for this video?
One right here.
As long as you give it back. That's mine now. All right, let's go find the billionaire Mike and let's go car shopping. Now there's 3 cars I've already picked. I've done my due diligence because I have to do a lift kit, I have to do under panels, I have to do front bumpers. Like we're talking full fabrication. Hey!
Hey!
The f are you doing here?
I work here. Why wouldn't I be here? Where did I go? I didn't go anywhere.
Did you come back?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they called me and offered me a job to come back.
Really?
Yeah, management position.
So Mike left for a little while. He went and worked at they made content for the internet, but like you have to have like the I'm over 18 and anyways, but you're back, good to see you.
It's very specific.
Good, we're making a video. I'm car shopping. I need a winter beater.
You need a winter beater.
Well, it's not really a beater. I call it that because it's familiar, but we're actually gonna take it somewhere crazy.
Yeah.
It's getting like a lift kit. It's getting bumpers. It's getting
Are you gonna make
satellite
a Urus monster truck?
So here's the thing. The obvious answer would be get a Urus. Yeah, that's even when on Gumball, no offense to my friends that bring a Urus, it's not a supercar. So it's gonna be a car. Now, ideally it's all-wheel drive because that just makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have a few options in your show. We're gonna go for a test drive today. And since you're here, we're doing it together. Hey, there he is.
Hey, what's up?
The man from Italy. No, I heard
Ferrari,
because the
Lamborghini.
US dollar's getting strong, things are going south. Things are selling quick now.
100%.
I missed my time and you get a really good deal. Now, you get a deal at August Motor Cars, but the marketplace is changing. For a while, you could call and bully people, be like, I'll give you $50,000 less than ask. Those days are
Long gone.
they're a lot. Well, I would say right now, if you're on the fence about buying a car, do it now because as spring comes along, it's going to be a much different game. Supply and demand. There are so many people who got rich off Bitcoin in the past 2 weeks that have cashed in that want Lamborghinis. So if you want one, August Luxury Motor Cars, they sell internationally. It's really easy to buy if you're a US buyer. You can call one of these guys, take your pick. One's Italian, one's miscellaneous. Okay, the cars are lined up. I can see them. I've already called Mike earlier and had him set up the 3 cars I want for the perfect winter supercar build. Mike,
Yo,
how are you, buddy?
good buddy, how are you?
Long time no see.
Nice to see ya.
Well, you ready for this? You pumped?
Yeah, I got those 3 cars set up for you. I don't know why you wanted those for winter car. I don't know what you're gonna do with them.
So, I haven't told Mike yet. There's a reason why I'm doing all this. I'm gonna show you where the car is going when it's done. You guys have to wait. I'll tell you at the end of the video. In fact, the celebrity that's involved in this will be at the end of the video to explain where we're going and how we're doing it and probably how much it's gonna cost.
There's a celebrity going with you?
Well, he's the one who's organizing it. So this is where the car's gonna go after it's built. You ready?
Well, how are you gonna get it there?
How am I gonna get it there?
What?
On an airplane. A cargo airplane.
A cargo plane.
That can land in ice. The locations it's going to do the real stress test will be at the end of the build series, so there's a point of all this. Yeah, I could drive around in Kelowna in the snow, but to do this, we need to severely modify the car. It's gonna need a lift kit, which I already have engineered for these 3 options. I talked to a company in North Carolina of all places that can actually build a lift kit for these 3 models. Set of tires, full under panels, front and rear like Baja style bumpers, a winch, like everything. Like it's gonna be extreme, and I'll get you guys more on the inner circle. But in the meantime, we need the platform. So let's go look at some cars.
Can't believe you're gonna do that with one of these cars.
Well, you know, we've done a lot of crazy stuff on the channel. And I thought it was time to step it up. And Damon always has the really bad ideas. And I thought, I'm gonna stop being a and actually start doing some crazy And I think this is like the one. By the way, the manual LP640 Murcielago is still here for 1.4 Canadian.
We actually took it offline. We took it offline.
Why?
Because it's kind of part of the collection. We're just gonna hang on.
Because
for
you
now.
know something.
Well, I do know something.
You see, people that work in the industry understand that this car in 10 years is worth a lot more than 1.4. It is so special. It is so beautiful. This one's bone stock, but the reason why is that gated gearbox. Yes, I had a Murcielago that looked somewhat similar as far as color goes. I had the SV kit, mine was E-Gear, but I miss it and I want to buy another one. So if you find a cheap E-Gear LP640, let me know, because I know a guy that can convert it, and that'll save a few $100,000.
But the value's in the original.
I know, for sure. You got 2 here. These are both gated?
Yeah.
So we have a yellow one in 03, same year as Damon's for 630.
This
Canadian?
is a North American one, so it can go to the US right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And by the way, for you American buyers, that's in Canadian. So if you guys knock off
40%.
40%, That's a huge discount. That's not why we're here. We have 3 options for my winter beater.
The logo kind of gives it away.
The logo kind of gives away, but you don't know what model they are unless you're really, really smart or cute or knowledgeable. So as far as, we're gonna test drive these. So the first car that could be the winter beater is under here. Mike, do you want to pull the cover off for me? Yeah. That's right. For you OGs, you remember that my very first car on the channel and from August Motor Cars was a Audi R8. And this is a 2008, same year, V8. Why this car is on the list? It is all-wheel drive. It is Audi, it is reliable. For a winter build, for a car that's gonna be somewhere that's very, very, very cold, you want obviously not anything finicky. This car can go through a lot. I know that because I had one and I put it through a lot. So we chose this one. It's an 08, it has steel brakes, has the arrow, that'd have to come off. The bumper would have to come off. That would have to go up.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. So in order to pull this off, we can't have bumpers. Because of where we're going, there's gonna be things to get over and get around and like things you can't see. If all of a sudden you're driving, you smack a pothole in the ice, right? You'll tear this off. Or if you're going through loose snow and you're shredding, it's gonna push all that and rip your bumper off. So we're gonna rip the bumper off and build an actual metal Baja style bumper so we don't have that issue. Remember, if we're in the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden are stuck because of a bumper, that's stupid. So we're gonna eliminate all the things we know that will be an issue. Yeah. Oh yeah, can we go for a quick drive in this thing? I've actually never driven E-Gear version of an R8. Now this one of all the cars here is the most budget friendly. This car right now retail is 100,000 Canadian. For your Americans out there, that's 60 grand. This is like Mia's Porsche budget money. So the benefit of that is obviously I'm in the car for less money, I have more for mods, and if something goes terribly wrong, it's not as bad on the old bookkeeping as some of the cars, especially the last one. The last one's
a little more money.
It's a little more money. Do you want to start that for me so I can get a cold start? Ready. Memories of the old V8 R8. We're gonna pull that out and go for a drive. I'm quite curious about the gearbox. I'm okay with the V8 because I talked to the VF already, and they're happy to support this project. They love the idea, and they said, we have a supercharger for the V10, but we also have one now for the V8. So don't worry about the power issue. We can get this car to the level of a V10. This one has a ton of carbon. We have carbon in the back, carbon on the rear diffuser, carbon side blades, which is an option on this car. We have got carbon mirrors, carbon dive planes, carbon in the front, carbon front splitter. Like, this is a really clean car. And unfortunately, if I buy this car, it all has to get torn off. But better to be clean in the beginning, dirt in the end. Let's get inside here. All the memories. Oh yeah. So 48,000 kilometers, black interior, which is cool. Sunbox, that would have to go. We'll have to mount because where we're going so remote, there's no phone service. As you guys already know, I have the Starlink satellite, so that's gonna go on the roof. And then we're gonna have a glass dash. We're gonna have 2 iPads for navigation and obviously some sort of a safety measure. In case we had a breakdown in the middle of nowhere, I want the ability to get help because, you know, it's fun to joke around all that, but where we're going is actually dangerous. I wanna make sure I'm safe, so I'll make sure this thing's in place because Damon's coming with me. The one thing I'm not sure about in this car is this is the old school R-tronic transmission. It was replaced in 2014 by the S-tronic transmission. So single clutch versus dual clutch. So imagine this as a Gallardo with a V8 engine. So it is single clutch, has paddles. I've heard bad things, I've never driven it. The benefit to buying this specific model is it's much cheaper. To get a V10, same body style with the new transmission, it's about 50,000 more. And when we're on a budget for a winter build, it might not make sense to spend the money. I can get the power from VF. All comes down to this transmission. Number one, is it smooth, is it responsive, and is it reliable? Because where we're going, we don't have time to swap a clutch. All right, buddy.
Okay, man, good luck.
Wish us luck.
Why do we need luck?
Well, you've been in a car with me before, haven't you?
You're a race car driver, right?
Yeah, on a simulator. Man, remember the R8 when you and Matt and Damon surprised me in Vancouver next to the water?
Same car, pretty much.
Same car, mine has a gearbox, and that was 2018? So that was almost 7 years ago. And we haven't aged a day.
Oh yeah, no, not a day, but by tens of years.
All right, let's do it.
Don't wreck it.
What the
Don't wreck it, careful.
What a terrible thing to say.
All right, let's not hit anything right now. Well, the E-Gear engage is really fast, I'm not tied out.
It's pretty smooth.
So before we go anywhere, I'm gonna show you where this car is gonna go. I'm making them wait for attention, baby.
Come on. Really?
Yeah.
And you're sure about that?
No.
That's ambitious.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And that's why of all the 3 options, I have to be really careful what I select because I have to really think about what I'm doing. The all-wheel drive, I think, is kind of like a must.
I would say, yeah, at the very least.
The old E-gear. I've never driven a R8 gearbox before. Let's see how snappy it is.
That's pretty good.
It's actually not bad. So imagine this on like a ski slope.
Oh, that would be fun.
Going straight up.
Going straight up. Now, here I am thinking you'd be going down the slalom.
No, I'll be going, well, yeah, I mean, there's that. Everyone says it's bad. It's not as snappy as the Squadra Corsa, but...
Because the R8 has such an incredible manual transmission,
yeah,
that I think people just wouldn't accept anything else no matter what.
I don't know if I'd want a manual for what we're doing.
For what you're doing, no, I would say E-gear is probably your better bet.
It's got a little kick to it.
Yeah.
The downshifts are actually a lot more smooth than I was anticipating. Now, as far as power goes, we don't need a bunch of power for what we're doing. However, we still want to have fun. Beyond where it's going for the huge expedition, I also have it for here in the winter. Back roads, ski hills,
Yeah.
you know, find some back roads to slide around would be pretty fun.
Well, where you're going, you don't need roads.
No, we're going back to the future, baby. Wow, it feels cool to be back in an R8. What a special car. I love the headroom, which is really good. Obviously, it's got the manual gauges. This car's older now. It's 2008. When this car first came out, this was like the car. Like, Iron Man drove it. Remember that?
I do. I remember the first time I saw it. I thought it was pretty amazing. Didn't know much about Audi at that time.
All right, some downshifts. Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, we're behind the airport right now for some reason, and I want to talk about what this car has to accomplish. So imagine we're off-roading,
Yeah.
it's snowing, it's crazy, and we have to get through this. Like, this is a minor obstacle. Yeah, it has to have a lift.
Big meaty tires, I assume.
It has to have meaty tires, probably with studs.
Yeah,
Stud tires to
like
break through the
one.
ice. But imagine that R8 right now with the ability to come ripping through here on this side. I don't want to be on the road, I want to be over here.
Now, my concern with that, what if you blow a tire?
We're gonna add a spare tire. So I've looked at all three options of cars. They all have one thing in common, is they all have the engine cover right here. So what I would devise is a way to have a carrier right over the engine cover. So the tire would sit here, and basically would have to bolt to the chassis to be able to flip up to access the tire easily, and then flip back down with a hydraulic.
Oh, so super easy, nice and simple.
Roof basket with lights all around. We have to have some sliders here, so some metal bars that come down to protect the side of the car, so that if you went over this and you did bottom out, the whole bottom of the car needs to have panels, like armor basically.
Yeah.
You don't clear it, you can slide down it.
That's incredible. That is a big project.
Now, by the way, in case you're wondering, these are not ideas I'm making up right now. Everything I've thought out for all three of these cars. The fab shop in Kelowna I've been working with for 2 months to figure out how we would engineer it per vehicle. They're all pretty much the same. They're all flat in the bottom, so it's not a whole lot of technology, it's just time and money. The bumpers depend on engineering, but the design will be the same for all three cars. By the way, it's cold out here, so let's go inside.
It's cool.
The question is that we're spending $50,000 more to get a V10 with a dual clutch. Because right now, it is a $50,000 price difference. You know what's cool about this car, by the way? It's not crazy fast, which means you can enjoy it, have fun, and not breaking all the laws.
I agree.
Like, a lot of the cars we build have on the channel are so fast, 720.
And loud.
I'm Revolto, even the Revolto is so fast, it's so amazing. You really gotta be careful because you can get in trouble really quick. A V8 R8 is a very cool car, the fact that they're not crazy money. Like, for you guys watching it right now with your conversion discount, you have this car for $60,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of car for $60,000 US dollars. It's already modified. The downside with this car is it's covered in carbon. It's all gonna get torn off. It's
Fair
got
enough.
great wheels on it. They're gonna get torn off because we actually need bead locks.
Wow.
There's a company in Spain called Braid that makes rally wheels. I've talked to them. I've sent them specs for the cars in mine, and they said they can make them for all options I have.
Very nice.
I want steel brakes, that's not a question. Originally I was looking at carbon brakes. The problem is at frigid temperatures, carbon can have problems because they only work really good when they're hot. And also, if you get a rock caught between the wheel and the rotor or the caliper and it damages that rotor in the middle of nowhere, you're so even if the car came with carbon ceramics, I have to convert it. And one of the cars, actually, did both those cars have ceramics on them?
I think the other two, at least one does. I think the other one would too, yeah.
I never thought about that. Well, it's converted to steel, which is dumb, but again, brakes are pretty important. Also note, for the winter vehicle, it has heated seats. That's a win. We're back at August Garage. Check out the turbo. That thing is sick.
It's a 79.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
That's dope. We got a 570. Almost the same color, actually. The same color as my race car. How funny. We're back for option number 2. That's
How was
been
the drive?
special. Actually, do you know what? I don't hate the R8.
Yeah.
Everyone talks trash on it because there is the manual option, and obviously the manual in that car is so good that if you're gonna pick one or the other. But for what I'm doing, is automatic, or like what's better? Is manual better or worse?
For what you're doing, like I don't really know what you're doing. What you've showed me makes no sense. So that would be a question you could only answer.
But right now, so the R8s that are gated they're going for big money now.
Yeah.
When I got mine, when you guys surprised me, back then they were selling for like 65, 70, 85,000 Canadian.
Yeah.
Now they're
Well, we got one with low mileage. Yours had higher mileage.
It did, yeah.
That one's 130.
Yeah, 130. So really, you're paying the same price you could get a V10, or a bit more, you get a V10 S-Tronic.
Yeah.
It is clean though, like.
It is clean. Well, there's a V10 S-Tronic right beside.
Oh, you can see the update in the headlights, hey?
Yeah.
It's too bad that's a convertible. If that was a coupe, that'd be perfect. Oh, the price is amazing. $125 for a V10 S-Tronic. Sold.
Yep. That's the one I told you, and you're like, well, coupe.
Yeah, no, I can't get convertible. Great deal though. Whoever got this car, good for you. It's super clean.
Yeah.
And you're getting the V10. All right.
Okay, so we're gonna unveil the next.
Yep. Well, here we go, guys. A 430. Now, if you remember Snowball Rally 2017, there was a Scuderia with snow tires on that rally. So like, I know these things can do well in the snow. Now, yeah, it's not all-wheel drive. That is a challenge. However, they're a good price. It has the noise. And imagine this thing lifted, big tires, Baja style bumpers, roof rack lights, spare tire over the engine.
Have you told them that's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Crazy.
They don't know where it's going yet though. We're making them wait.
Yeah. Well, they
This is
go
gorgeous.
somewhere crazy.
Is this car PPF'd?
Yeah.
It is. Man, it's gorgeous.
This car is super clean, really high spec.
How much is this one?
199.
Yeah, so the other R8 was half the price. So this is double the price. But again, Ferrari.
Rear wheel drive.
Yeah, that's the only one thing I have to think about. But with snow tires or some chains. So imagine you take this thing, you hack it up, right? Hack off the bumpers. You need the sliders on the side. So you need to raise it a few inches, probably 3 inches. And then you have the sliders on the side, so a big metal bar there, if you get caught on something. And then big tires with the studs on it, big roof rack, tire over the back engine cover.
You're a crazy bugger. That just hurts my soul, you talking like that. You're gonna just destroy this car?
Yep. Oh yeah, this is all in. And we have to think about things like any area of failure we have to account for. So obviously a spare tire, but like I don't want to all of a sudden smash a radiator. If you're driving and all of a sudden you hit something in the snow or in the ice, imagine like on a TRX or Raptor, the Baja style bumper.
Like so, the metal bush?
Yeah, so the whole thing will be metal and it'll have a nice angle. So you smack into something, it's not brunt force, it kind of just hops over it, then you back down. So imagine just a bit more angle up here, the light bar in the front.
Yeah, see, this one wouldn't be for that. I've got that 05.
I'll check that one out.
A little more mileage, but again, in really good shape. Doesn't have carbon ceramics. It'd be a better car.
Yeah, so we already talked about that. If you get a rock caught between the wheel and the something like that, and all of a sudden you crack a brake and then you're stuck in the middle of nowhere with no brake disc. But let's show them option 3 because they probably figured it out. I want them to wait. The end of the video has the real surprise. So let's show them that this is an option I've really considered.
This is the most expensive option.
How much is it?
This one's over 200. This one's 230.
Oh baby, you guys already know. An LP Gallardo. This one's special. When you know, you know.
You know, you know.
Super Leggera with the carbon ceramic brakes.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is much like the Squadro Corsa. It's an LP car. It has the Alcantara interior, which I'll show you right now. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous.
The customer that had this car even wrapped the doors in carbon.
Oh, this is PPF.
Everything's PPF'd in this car.
So for you guys watching at home, it's very familiar to the Squadro Corsa. It has the Alcantara dash with white stitch, which is different, all carbon. My car was the same in the fact it was a gloss carbon. Uncle Ray actually took it and made it matte carbon, make it a bit different. But other than that, it's the same as a Squadro Corsa. Very reliable all-wheel drive system, very reliable V10, and very reliable E-gear. So it checks those boxes. And the same thing on this one, we'd have to raise it minimum 2 inches. Like, is this factory suspension?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is already pretty low. The R8 factory is a lot higher than this.
And what would you do with the carbon side skirts?
So I tear those off, rock sliders on the side.
Okay, you say tear them off.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do it nicely. I would just stand on them until they broke off. And then same in the back. Rip off the back bumper and build that Baja style with an exit for snow. Because snow has to be able to move. If we all of a sudden get in some thick mud or snow, it's just gonna rip this bumper apart. So that bumper has to go. The roof basket in the top, spare tire over the engine. This one's a lot more flat, whereas the 430 in the R8 is more of an angle. So we're gonna have to figure out the engineering to get that tire cover to actually come up, because it's gonna be heavy. So we wanna have basically a mount built into the actual chassis with some hydraulics or something to pull it straight up, then you can pull the tire off of it, put it back on easily, but still access the engine in case you need to service something. That'd be the most engineering involved, is that actual system. And then the front's pretty basic, same thing, Baja style bumper with some angle this way. So right now it comes out this way, we need to reverse that. So if you hit something or get caught in some mud, we can push into it and slide back off of it without blunting ourselves. And the rads are in the front, so we'll have to move those. We have to bring winter clothes with us. We have to bring those full -40 suits in case this car were to break down. So I have room for all that, and I'm not gonna do a ski box. I wanna do a roof basket with light bars, and then you have a tire jack, spare fuel. You need to have camping gear. These are all things we have to think about, but it's gonna be dope, you guys.
You crazy fucker.
So those are options so far. We have the R8, we have a 430, and we have a Gallardo. This one's super leggera, very special car. Go big or go home.
I think the R8 for what you're doing.
You picked the R8?
Yeah.
I'm in between the Gallardo and the R8, just because the Gallardo is so special to me. First of all, I want you guys' opinion. What would you pick for this epic build? This car factory would be a better option than the 430, just based on the fact it's all-wheel drive. Then I have to look into reliability of the transmission. The E-gear, I know for a fact, has been really good for me. The F1 gearbox is not as reliable, for cold weather especially. Yep. The R8, I don't know, I have to research on that. But the 430, we could convert to manual very easily, because EAG makes a kit to get rid of those switches and put in a gear shift. Okay, it's now time to explain where this car is going. Everybody knows about you guys, it's time to fill you in, and to do that, I'm gonna have a special guest who is hosting us. Mikey McBrien in the flesh.
Hey, what's happening?
How are you?
Doing pretty good.
What's going on?
How's the industry right now? You guys busy up there?
Oh, busy hauling fuel.
Everything's messed up. Everything to do with weather or climate and freaking vehicles and ice roads and no ice roads. Everything you can imagine happening at once.
Well, for those of you guys that don't know, this is Mikey McBrien, and he starred in the hit TV show Ice Pilots. That was in like, what, 2012 to 2000?
2009 to 2014. Six seasons.
And it was the craziest content, flying old World War II birds in the Great North in crazy weather. If you haven't seen the show, I was a huge fan. Long before I did DD or anything like that, I watched Mikey and his show, and it really inspired me to kind of go that next step to learn about making content. So I actually have you to thank for a lot of what I've pulled off with all this.
Well, I've been following you from right at the beginning too. I guess we're buddies before DDE, so that's pretty awesome. So I'm very proud of you and all the stuff. And like YouTube, you guys conquered YouTube, so super proud of you, man.
Dude, it's been such a journey. As I shared with you, I'm building an off-road rally-style supercar. I've got 3 options. I have a Audi R8, Ferrari F430, or Lamborghini Gallardo. When I shared this idea with you a while ago, you shared an offer of something crazy with me, and I want you kind of to tell the audience right now, like, where's this car gonna go and what's the plan?
You know, Yellowknife, where I am in Buffalo Airways is.
We're like the mecca for cold weather testing. You know, we've had Porsche, VW, Airbus, Boeing, Embraer from Brazil up here doing cold weather testing. So if you have a vehicle and it's got
Anything to do with cold, you have to come to Yellowknife. There's the best way to come to Yellowknife.
is we can throw your car, whatever one you want, onto our 737 and fly her from Edmonton, deliver it to you here in Yellowknife, and then
And this is the start of all the ice roads.
as much driving and freezing and cold you could possibly get your hands on.
We're gonna fly it on Mikey's cargo plane from Edmonton all the way to Yellowknife. Then we're gonna drive north on the ice road. So if you've seen ice road truckers, the frozen lakes, all that, that's where this car is going.
You take wind chill in, everything's minus 40. So from, just imagine minus 40 Fahrenheit Celsius, and that's kind of what you got.
This has to be hard. We have to see what's possible, how far we can go, and I'm prepared that this car is gonna get beat to death. So building this car, how much ground clearance should we have, would you think, to get on these roads? Like, how bad is it?
As much as you can get, I guess.
I like that answer. How long is a piece of string?
Anything that is like, I would say, under knee height, would just be destroyed if
You got any
Under
kinda
knee height?
speed
You were
going
talking
into,
4 inches.
With the windrow.
It happens quick. So you can imagine the blowing snow over a road or the lake. It'll create these really hard, like frozen waves.
You need to lift it
We're
more
gonna
than
jack
4
it. We're
inches.
gonna build bumpers for it, Mike. It's gonna be good. And
Dude,
we got-
you need to lift it 2 feet.
We'll chat later about scheduling, and then we'll come up there. And I'd love to come meet you in person, meet your dad, who I watched for years. I want him to call me an ass on camera. I would love that. And then do the whole Buffalo Airways experience.
Yeah, for sure. You'll be right in the mix of it. And yeah, happy to have you guys anytime.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, that was really cool because I've been watching Mikey's show since I was, I don't know, how old was I in 2012? Yeah, 2009 you started that show.
9.
So I've been like 13.
13.
Yeah, there's a lot of aha moments there as far as just how cold it is, so we need to account for that. But also the issue with the knee high. What supercar is knee high? Stand next to one of these cars for a sec.
Knee high. So we're taking, he says anything under the knee is going to get damaged. And you're talking about lifting it 3 or 4 inches.
Well, that's all you can do. I've looked into this for a while now, and to raise any of these cars beyond a few inches is a complete re-engineering, which is not impossible, but I'm not gonna spend 6 months building this car. I wanna build it right away. And I need your help on this one, you guys. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I think we build a car the best we can, go up there and see how it goes. And you know what though, if it goes really bad, we'll build something crazier for next year.
And it's a lease, doesn't matter.
That's a fucking problem. It's actually Matt's problem.
Yeah, so fine.
I also think about after this is done, what I'm doing with the car for the summer. R8 in general, minus the drivetrain and engine, the platform is a really good option, I will admit. All-wheel drive, headroom, because you gotta think, if we're wearing those North Face suits in the car, because the heat might not keep up with minus 40, I don't know. I've never experienced cold like that.
Not a supercar, that's for damn sure. I don't think anyone has.
F430, I picked this because it has the noise. It's a Ferrari. The color is right. We're not going to drive this today because the roads are really bad right now, and I don't want to chip this paint. I've driven a 430. I know what they drive like. It's not a surprise. Then we've got the Superleggera, which I love. The reason why I have this on the list is I know the platform very well. It's all-wheel drive. It's reliable. Even the E-gear is a good E-gear. This one's easy to raise as well. And then when the car is done, I can take it back and have a Superleggera. It is the highest of the budget. How much is this car?
230.
230,000 Canadian. So it's basically I paid for the Squadra 2019. Beautiful car. It's a Lamborghini. So the lights, the noise is all there. It's got the V10 already. So it's basically it's R8, it's F430, it's Superleggera. What would you pick?
Probably the R8.
Would you do R8?
Yeah.
What do you guys
What
think?
you're doing to it.
I want you guys right now to comment below, what would you pick for this crazy expedition on the ice roads? That's right, the same roads the ice truck drivers drive are driving in a supercar. And yes, Damon's coming with me. I need somebody because it's all fun and games, but you want someone that can help you. If you guys know about cold weather driving, cold weather survival, comment below and teach me about like resources and whatnot. We have to buy survival gear, we have to prep the car. I would assume drain all the coolant and do antifreeze only. But you don't know what you don't know, we have work to do. In the meantime, I wanna hear from you guys, make my decision. We'll buy this car within the next week or two and get this started over the Christmas holidays because it is like...
Yeah, that's gonna be a big build. There's
It's
lots
a
of
big
things
build.
gonna have to change.
There's lots of work to be done, and we're gonna build with our friends here at August and August Garage and August Customs. So things like bolt-on parts, the wrap and livery we have to design and do here, and then some of the custom fab. There's a shop in Vernon an hour away. It's gonna do like the custom bumpers.
Yeah.
Because obviously you guys don't do that. And why would you want to? That's a very
To a
niche
supercar.
audience.
Yeah, very, very.
So for now, you guys, thanks for watching, and do me a favor, just like, subscribe, do all the things to help make this come a reality. And go give Mikey McBride a follow on Instagram, super nice guy, and he is gonna help out in a big way. So I'll see you guys in the next one.
Download Raid with the link in my description, scan my QR code, or click the link in the description to get insane bonuses only via my link.